here, and welcome to this, our Monday night live. And I must say, it does feel like a spell, doesn't it? Since we've actually met like this, I really do think, yeah, the countdown didn't work, did it? I do appreciate the efforts though. Oh my God, what is that? I have a hitchhiker. Say hello to Remy. He's a little bit wonky, isn't he? You're still counting down, look, 2, 1. Say hi to Remy, by the way. My new rat. Matthew was absolutely shocked when I bought this one at Disney World, and I was banned from carrying our little Remy. I can wear it with you lot though, can't I? Listen, I hope you're all well. If you're in the UK, I know you may have been almost blown away today. By all accounts, people still have their roofs, which is good. If you're not in the UK, it's not even a named storm, is it? It's like gusts of about 45 miles per hour. Not a named storm. The first named storm will be called Amy, I believe. What a lovely, lovely name for a storm. Amy. Call it Remy when it gets to R, if it gets to R. Anyway, as I said, it's been some time since we did a Monday Night Live together. Remy, will you sit up straight, please? It's been some time since we've done a Monday Night Live together. I do apologise. I've been travelling quite a lot and not always able to do a pop-up live. And on the most recent trip that Matthew and I had, like holidays, so to speak, I did some vlogging, a little bit. It was more of a holiday, so I was trying to be good, and I scheduled lots of posts for Faceache and Instagram, for my lovely patrons, etc., so that I wasn't always on my phone social mediaing when I was away. So I was partly successful, but I have got some vlogs coming. Whoops. It was just so easy, like just walking around. We were chatting anyway, so like I might as well just film what's in front of us, you know. So thank you for joining me. It is mucho apreciado. The last time we actually did something like this, I believe, was in Saint Malo in France. Was it not? In Brittany? I'm sure it was. And I was showing you around the gorgeous square there. And you gave me, bless you, permission to have my dinner at an Indian street food kind of restaurant. And I said to you, did I not? Did I not? I said, because I don't eat fish, I don't eat seafood, I don't eat anything that's undercooked, like eggs or meat or anything like that. Call me fussy all you will, but I don't do those things. I don't. So the restaurants in that area weren't wholly suitable for me, with such a focus on fresh produce from the sea. They had pizzerias and all sorts, and you gave me permission to go to the Indian restaurant, and guess what? I said to you that evening, I bet you any money someone will comment on it when I finally release this vlog. And lo and behold, even though I prefaced everything and said, I used to live in France. I lived in Paris, actually. So I've eaten plenty of French food over the years from living there and all my travels around France and holidays, etc. So it's not like, you know, I haven't eaten French food before, but somebody was very upset. Like, typical Brit comes to France and eats Indian food. I don't know, is that a typical Brit? I thought a typical Brit would go to France and be asking for the fry-ups or something. Is it just me? You can't win. But you lot said I could do it, and it was very nice. That person also said it was overcooked. It wasn't overcooked at all. So, sorry about that. Anyway, in today's show coming up, I'll be talking a little bit about our trip to Orlando. 2 cancelled cruises. Sit up, Remy. Sit up. Goodness sake. 2 cancelled cruises. 1 my doing, 1 not my doing, but 3 booked in place of the 2. I don't know how that happened either, if I'm honest with you, before you say, how did that work out? I'm not quite sure. We'll talk about those. Then I'll be taking your questions. And of course, any shout outs. But if you could hold fire with your questions and shout outs until we get to that, that would be mucho apreciado, because I've got my screen down here with all of your comments ticking away. I'm looking up here at you because obviously eye contact is really important. Sorry, I don't know why I do these things. I don't know why. You went to Venice and had Chinese. Yeah, why not? I'd love to have some Chinese food in Venice. I mean, I had the worst pizza ever in Venice, so why not have some Chinese food? I had some great Chinese food, Matthew, in the US, in Orlando, actually. It was gorgeous. It really was. Um, Anyway, enough about all of that. So hold fire with your questions and shout outs until I get to that, okay? Otherwise, you'll get upset with me and I can't do anything about it. I can't. Let's do a quick check-in, as we always do when we start our evening together. So in the chat, you're going to type a number from 1 to 10. 1 being you're really not in a good way and you need some urgent TLC, which you will get from this group because we have a wonderful community, all the way up to 10, meaning you're jigging, you're jiggling, you're swishing, you're swashing, you're buckling, you're skating across a rainbow to a big fat pot of honey or even money. I don't know. Where are you on the scale? Let's see where we are. Oh, we are quite perky. We all have 10s in the house. Rarely get 10s in this house, I'm telling you. We've got some tired, first day teaching. Oh, I do remember what that's like after the 25 years of doing it. I do. I was saying to Matthew, I feel bad for chest infections, plane problems. Oh, we don't like those sorts of things, do we? I was saying to Matthew about that, actually. What was I talking about? What was I saying? I've already lost my train of thought. This is because I can't read and comment and think and talk at the same time. I'm sure it wasn't very important. I'm sure it wasn't. We have 10s in the house, so that's important. I would say I'm about, 7 3/4. You know what it's like. Oh, I was talking about teaching, yeah. Let me say 7 3/4. The jet lag, not been too bad actually since coming back. It's a 5 hours difference between the UK and Orlando at this time of year. We were rocking it really until last night, when we were just like wide awake until 3, 4 in the morning. So not too woozy, not too tired, all good, but need to catch up on some sleep. Yes, I was saying to Matthew about the whole teaching thing. I don't know if you're aware, but it was officially just over a year ago that I went self-employed, with much support from the vast majority of people. Just a few people, oh, you'll be back teaching this time next year. Didn't happen. So it's been nearly a year. So actually, with the summer holiday coming to an end in the UK, I was thinking about my colleagues, definitely, because I remember that feeling at the end of 6 weeks, which is a lot of time off, isn't it? And tiny sense of dread. Any teachers out there know what I'm talking about? Just a little bit of a sense of dread, and already thinking how many weeks until the next break. How many weeks until I literally on my knees kind of feeling. So I felt for my colleagues and anyone going back, and I was pleased to be jetting off to Orlando with Matthew. Actually, that's exactly what I did for my 1 year anniversary at being self-employed. How selfish of me. Anyway, enough of that. Yes, some people know what I mean. Yeah, people talking about the light disappearing. See, here's a question for you all. Please put your answer in the chat. What's your favorite, right, Remy, what's your favorite season? I don't normally work in favorites, but I would say, Mrs. Vinny knows there's 38 days until half term. I would say I really do enjoy autumn, the arrival of autumn, fall. Yeah, look, hey, I'm with you on that one. Thank you, Simon. That's very kind. And we got some, yeah, see, spring I get, because you've just had all those dark, dark nights, haven't you? And it's been chillier. And then it's like the end of the tunnel. So I get that. But as much as I love lovely, hot, sunny weather, etc., when I'm away, it's very different, isn't it? When you're actually traveling or you're on holiday. Like, I'm in my vests looking chavtastic, and I've got my flip-flops on. Normally there's aircon available and I feel like I can manage that, but in the summer in the UK I find it just stifling, and with a lack of aircon, makes things very difficult, especially when we have heat waves. And invariably, we have heat waves every year. We do, don't we? Normally 2 or 3, I would say. I find that very difficult. So when the weather starts to change, when it's just a little bit darker, like right now, I think sunset's about 7:30 p.m. here, I think. I just, I love that. When it gets a little bit cozier, I love going to the Cozy Club, our local, with Matthew in the autumn as it's getting a bit darker. I love Halloween, Guy Fawkes and all that kind of jazz. Love it, love it, love it. But thank you for your answers. I think spring seems to be the winner, actually, and I get that, completely get that. Lucy's mum says, can hardly keep up with you now. I can't keep up myself, my darling. I can't. I don't know where I'm going, what I'm doing. Luckily, some of you remind me where I'm going. I mean, I'm going away, I think, on Thursday, airport hotel this Thursday. We'll talk about that another time. Oh, I'm well and truly a professional YouTuber now. What's it take to be a professional YouTuber? I didn't know there was such a thing. Please do let me know. You've got your Iona 2-nighter next month. Oh, well, enjoy that. That's short, isn't it? But, you know, better than a slap in the belly of a wet fish, as I sometimes say. Tara loves enjoying all seasons, but nice and sunny. Cold, high pressure autumn days, and you get wrapped up and have a walk with your sunnies on. I like that, minus the walking. But I know exactly what you're saying. I love that feeling. I love it when I've got my hoodie on, but it's warm enough outside to just enjoy sitting outside with your shades on. I love it. I do. Oh, Jono is not too fond of spring. Suffer from hay fever. Of course, I never thought about that. Yeah, as I've got older, I have developed a little bit of hay feverage. I can sympathise hugely. Right. Well, thank you for that. Before I give you the lowdown on the last few trips and what's happened with the cancellations and new trips, thank you for being here on YouTube. We are approaching 46,000 of you lovelies, subscribers. It is very much appreciated. It's never not appreciated. I don't take it for granted. I can promise you that. Instagram, nearly 13,000, which is fabulous. And also tomorrow, try not to knock anything off my table. Tomorrow I'm launching a new giveaway. We've got a travel blog Jamie drawstring bag, and it gets better. A travel blog Jamie ocean mist hand and body wash as made at home by Matthew. It's really good. It is. And you know, I've always said I'd only sell these if I use them myself. This one we use at home. A wee miniature bottle of Absolute vodka, handwritten postcard from the Azores, and this Matthew used to have his own candle business, by the way, so he's made this candle for the giveaway. He made some extra, actually. I think they're in the shop, and also we're burning them. Tropical Sunset. It's really good, and it fills our flat as well. You know, sometimes you get candles and they're like, can't even smell it. This one you can smell. Bit of Tropical Sunset in your home. So head to my Facebook page, Jamie W. Robbins. You're welcome to join there, or Instagram tomorrow first thing. And please do get involved with the giveaway. Every month there's more and more people joining in, so that's fantastic. Facebook's awesome at the moment. Well, you sit upright. Look at this, look. I've got a wonky rat on my hands, on my shoulder, actually. Yeah, stay that way. He's looking that way. He doesn't give two hoots about me. He doesn't give a rat's ass about me, this rat. He is a cutie, though. So on Facebook, you might remember it was last summer that I opened up Facebook to the wild, everyone out there who wanted to come and follow. And it's crazy because there's like 12,200 odd people there now. So come over to Jamie W. Robbins. You'd be very welcome. Patreon is going super well. Thank you if any patrons are out there. I really appreciate it hugely. I think I've got 731 patrons now, which is crazy and it's amazing. You remember when I started it, I said my goal was 15 You love the organised AF bag. I'm pleased to hear that. Nami does cruising. Is it Nami? Nami? No, Amy? Is it? What is that anyway? Is that like Nathan and Amy? What is that? What is this? Can you explain that? Please explain this to us, and then everyone can go follow. Why don't you put a link there to your YouTube channel or something like that? That would be amazing, I think, personally. Thank you, Jono. I appreciate that very much. I love having you as a patron. But you can come over to patreon.com/travelblog Jamie. And of course, for your personalized video messages, cameo.com/travelblog Jamie. Right, on that note, let's talk the last few weeks since we had our Amy. Yes, I was watching them today on Sky Princess. Yeah, the name. Explain the name, please. In the meantime, Orlando. So we had 10 nights away. And as I said, it was supposed to be more... oh, you like the new chat feature on Patreon? Excellent. It is new. Thank you, Tony. It was more of a holiday than ever, even though I did do some vlogging, as I've said. Thank you, Simon. I'll let you all talk amongst yourselves. Otherwise, I get distracted too easy. You know I've got a very short attention span, don't you? You know I have. So we flew with British Airways from London Gatwick, and it was a 8-hour 30, or was it 50 flight? So not too bad, actually, to Orlando this time of year. We had some good tailwinds, which is great, but it wasn't bumpy. It wasn't a turbulent flight at all. And the flight in economy, or world traveller, as British Airways call it, wasn't full. So there was nobody next to us, which was awesome. And it really did make a huge difference in having a very comfortable flight. I do feel like the food on British Airways has really gone south over the last, I don't know, couple years. This time and the one before, it wasn't great. But the service was very nice. They made me a Bloody Mary on the way out, and it was actually really good. I'm like, I can't believe I've never had a Bloody Mary on a flight before. So I made the most of that. And when we arrived into Orlando International, MCO, which fills a lot of people with dread for multiple reasons, British Airways flies into Terminal C, which can be a lot calmer and quieter than terminals A and B. I say can be, not always. Now, we were very lucky. Off the plane, straight into the luggage hall. Our bag was out within 5-10 minutes. Straight through to immigration, hardly anybody there. I can't remember what they asked us now. How long are you here for? We both said in unison, 10 nights. That's all they asked us. Have a lovely time, they said, and off we went. So that was awesome. Quick cab journey, 20 minutes to Universal and our resort of Cabana Bay, where we stayed for most of the 10 nights. I suppose the highlights, we've done Orlando many times, like for 25 years now, and Universal, but we had never done Epic Universe, which opened just in May this year. And it's had quite mixed reviews, which I can understand in part, since it's a brand new park and it's opened over the summer months. And obviously Orlando is prone to afternoon showers, storms, etc., which can literally cut out most of the outdoor rides. So Epic has not been so epic for some people. I would say that's a fair summary. So we went knowing this. We chose what looked like a very good weather day, which happened to be our first full day there. It was beautiful. It was sunshine all day, a few clouds, about 29-30 degrees Celsius, and the humidity not so high as we're used to in September, for example. Sorry, August. I meant to say August. It is September. So it was doable, and we purchased the express passes because we only had one day in Epic. We read lots up on it, and in particular some of the wait times being like 3 to 5 hours for some attractions. And I'm pleased to say it was, well, first of all, it was heaving. It was so busy, but we managed to do everything that we wanted to do. Some rides multiple times as well. So partly because we had the express passes, partly because we went in for early entry. We did all the outdoor rides, attractions first in case of afternoon showers, and then we were going to do all the indoor ones. So I would say it needs more work. It needs to settle a little bit. They need to iron out some issues with operations, definitely. I don't think that's news to anybody at Universal or people who've been to the park. And I will say some of the attractions are just incredible. Some of them I was a bit underwhelmed with, like Curse of the Werewolf roller coaster. A couple of it's just a little bit underwhelming, and they need to expand quickly with more attractions. But I'm pleased I did it. I'm going to be going back at the end of January. That's not something that's I've talked about yet, but I will be there for 3 or 4 days actually, at the end of January with a friend of mine. We're going to do it in depth, and I'm going to vlog more then. So I did vlog it this time, but not necessarily as much as I ordinarily would, because as I said, I was trying not to be intrusive with our young Matthew, and I wanted to take it all in as well, my first time there. So all went well. We had a good time at Cabana Bay. We had a good time at all the parks. I had some lovely margaritas, sat up at bars. So just like, the best thing ever. We had one night at the Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphins. Never stayed there before. We've visited before, but it's on Disney's boardwalk, so it's like prime location, and Disney's hotels on the boardwalk cost a fortune. This one is operated by the Marriott. It's not quite so Disney as the Disney ones. And it's much cheaper. So we managed to get a deluxe room with a balcony actually, and still coming in at £200-300 less than staying at a Disney hotel that night. Really like the resort. If you haven't been, maybe look it up. It's the Walt Disney World Dolphin. It does look a little bit odd, but the grounds are awesome. The number of pools, like lagoon-sized pools, more restaurants on site than I think any Disney hotel, and within walking distance of the boardwalk and Epcot, and even Hollywood Studios, or you can take the boats there. So it also offers early entry to the parks as a Disney partner hotel. And we spent a day at Epcot where I did some of my favorite rides. I mean, this is where this little boy came from, obviously. And Guardians, Cosmic Rewind, one of the best coasters on the planet in my humble opinion, etc. So it was all good. The flight home was comfortable enough. We bagged a seat for 2. It was good. It was good. Anyway, the first vlog in that series is out this Wednesday. The one I released yesterday as a bonus was my ferry journey on the Saint Malo from Portsmouth to Saint Malo. If you haven't seen it yet, I had a lot of fun making that because it's just a bit different, a bit quirkier. And I think it kind of looks a bit different in terms of what I've produced. So check that one out if you haven't already, folks. The first vlog of 4 in the new series is out this Wednesday. It's already been uploaded, ready to launch, and it covers our time staying over at an airport hotel at London Gatwick, our flight over with British Airways, and then 2 vlogs whilst we are in Orlando. One all about Universal, Epic Universe, etc., and one about the Dolphin Hotel and Epcot. So I hope you enjoy them. Right, let me talk cancellations. So unfortunately, you may have seen the news. I was booked onto Disney Adventure, which will be their brand new and largest ship sailing out of Singapore. Booked onto that early-ish March. Unfortunately, the ship is not going to be ready for its inaugural cruise in December. In fact, it looks like they're about 3 months behind schedule. So I received the email telling me they cancelled it and offering 50% off a future cruise with them, which actually is really good. I mean, they're going to give everybody their money back as well. Of course they are. But somebody said just now their P&O cruise has been cancelled and they've been offered £25 onboard credit if they book another cruise. I mean, that's just pathetic. That's like, what? that might get us 2 drinks. Like, Disney has offered 50% of an entire cruise fare, which is fair, more than fair. So I'm not cancelling my flight to Singapore. I'm still going to Singapore, and it just so happens Royal Caribbean's Ovation of the Seas is sailing out of Singapore the exact same day as I was supposed to be on Disney Adventure. The exact one. Would you Adam and Eve it? And for the 3 nights. And unlike Disney Adventure, which was just a seacation, it wasn't actually going anywhere, this one goes to Penang, Malaysia. So I snapped it up, and I thought it was quite a good deal, actually. I was very. We'll talk about that another time. And so that all fell into place beautifully. So I still get to have 2 or 3 nights in Singapore to explore, never been before, and then I get to go on Royal Caribbean, Ovation of the Seas, and sailing to Malaysia. So I'm super excited about that. As you can see, Remy's very excited about it as well. Now then, not want to miss up an opportunity for 50% off a future cruise. I was straight onto the Disney website when I got home, and I have found something on another new ship that's launching this November called Disney Destiny. And I wish I could tell you when it is. I think it's either March or May next year. I'm really sorry, I can't remember which. I think it's May, and I've already booked my flights. I managed to get flights of £400 and something return to Orlando with British Airways. Just amazing price. And I got 50% off the Disney cruise. It's also a 5-night cruise, and you know Disney can cost a lot of ka-ching, but out of Fort Lauderdale, sorry, did I say Orlando? I'm flying to Miami. I'm sailing out of Fort Lauderdale. This whole trip is very, very cheap indeed. And it's heading to the Bahamas. So I'm looking forward to a new Disney ship. It's not the Adventure, but it's still a new one. I'm looking forward to some different experiences. I can't wait to go to Singapore. Everything there has fallen into place. However, I did cancel a cruise myself, and this upset some of you. You've noticed on my schedule. Look, Remy's upset about this as well. So I cancelled my cruise to, from Australia for next year, next April, and I tell you why. First of all, I booked it on board. I think it was the, gosh, I can't remember now if it was the Hawaii cruise or not, but I booked it more recently, and it was a super low deposit. You know, Princess cruises do very low deposits sometimes. It was that era. So it made no difference whether I took it or not in the end. But after lots of research in flights, they are for when I would be traveling, so expensive. And the time I'd need to be there in advance and staying over in hotels, etc., it just all ended up being like thousands of pounds. And it probably looks like I throw a lot of money on trips. I'm actually really quite frugal most of the time. And I felt like I couldn't justify the amount of money it would cost to do that trip. So it's off the list for now. It doesn't mean that I don't want to do it. I absolutely do. But I feel like I need to do it better justice. I feel like I could do it much cheaper. Like April is a very expensive time to go as well. And I feel like I need to be looking at flights before booking the cruise and just come up with something a little bit more economical, shall we say. So that is the only reason I've cancelled it. It will be replaced with other fabulous things. Speaking of which, the last thing I booked, I mean, Carnival cruises, they get quite a mixed reaction, don't they? They do. However, here's one that I wasn't prepared to miss. Carnival Festivale, which will be their new ship launching in 2027. It leaves from Southampton. It's doing a transatlantic. It's a 15-night cruise. I made a note of where it's going for you as well. The price for a solo passenger for 15 nights I felt was excellent. And I don't say that lightly. It's May 2027, so it's still some time off. So the brand new ship, Festivale, leaving Southampton, and it's going to be visiting La Coruña, Vigo, Madeira, Tenerife, Grand Turk in the Caribbean, and then Port Canaveral in Florida. I've never done an inaugural cruise. I've never really been fussed about them. I always feel like it's going to be touch and go as to whether the cruise goes ahead. I always feel like they might not be ready fully for passengers, guinea pigs and all. But at the same time, the price was so good, I thought I'm going to book it. If it gets cancelled, if they're behind schedule, so be it. But otherwise, I think it'll be fun to go on a brand new ship on a transatlantic with, quite unusually, 5 ports of call as well en route. So that one is booked. And I booked that, as some of you know them, with the travel chaps as well, who I've been meaning to work with for some time. So that all went very smoothly. So there you go, folks. There's the news from me. Goodness knows how the carnival experience will be, but I'm gonna make the most of it. I mean, the ship in the design looks great. It's got all sorts of gimmicky things that I know some of you hate and that I love. And it's a transatlantic and lots of lovely ports as well. So we shall see. It's a long way off though, isn't it? Right, on that note, and I'm sorry if I keep looking down, but I want to check the chat. I'm now going to hand over to you, lovelies. It's time for your questions and shout outs. I'm ready for you, babies. Let me have a quick sip. By the way, it's squash, sugar-free squash. You want some, baby? I know Tara knows the travel chaps. Didn't you go to the opening of their store, Tara? I'm sure I saw pictures of that. I'm so nosy, aren't I? I know these things about you. I know these things. I think Tara has used travel chaps many times and been very happy with their service. Right, let's get to the chat. Mrs. Vinny, first one with a question. I just booked my first solo cruise. Eek! Any advice for me? Well, it depends on the cruise line and ship. Which one is it? Nearly all cruise lines now, though, cater very well for solo passengers. I mean, you've seen all my adventures when I've travelled solo. Sorry, I was just laughing at Tara's comment. We'll come back to that one. And you want to eat with people, you won't have a problem. You can share tables if you want. You want to eat on your own, usually not a problem either. But I found that the solos, they, on the first gathering, you get to know people. When I first traveled solo, I remember there were a few people who I really sort of clicked with, and we ended up meeting up often on the ship. Sometimes had dinner together, sometimes breakfast, lots of drinks. I think all I would say to you is just be chilled. You're going to be looked after. You're going to have plenty of opportunities to meet other people if you want to. I don't think I've got any other advice for you. I think cruising is one of the best things to do as a solo, personally. It's just my personal opinion. Please do let us know how it goes. It's a casino cruise, 111 Sky Princess. Oh, I mean, Sky Princess, it's such a friendly ship, friendly crew. You're going to be fine, my darling. You will. Let us know how it goes. Tara, anything for free bubbles? Yeah, I knew that about you. John, question. I was just wondering if you had any plans on doing more t-shirts or anything like that on your online shop. Maybe. Matthew's actually working on the shop at the moment, and it's kind of doing an Alex Polizzi, like stock taking, what sells best, what doesn't sell so well. And I think with the t-shirts, they all sold really well to start with. And it might be that the design just needs to evolve and change over time. So maybe you should message Matthew at the shop, Jono. Go and put some pressure on him and see what he says. I think some of the t-shirts have sold out at the moment, actually. And so, thank you for your support with the travelblogjamie.com shop, by the way. I'm still using my organized AF pouch and so on when I travel. It's very, very handy, I think, personally. And shout out to Anne and Gary getting ready for our cruise on Wednesday. Have the best time, my darlings. Let us know how you get on. Kira, and where are you going, by the way? Kira, question, any future ferry plans trips you'd like to take? Watched the San Malo vlog last night. Yeah, I would like to, actually. I think, like, one of the last ferry cruises, crossings I took many, many years ago, a number of decades ago, was to Spain, Santander, I think. And I quite like to head down to northern Spain on one of these ferries after my San Malo experience, which I thought was very positive on the whole, actually. So I haven't booked anything yet, Kira, but I do think I would like to sit up. I would like to pursue ferry routes and crossings a little bit more. Alexandra, I see you walking everywhere, but I never see you hit the gym. I ain't going to no gymnasium, thank you, apart from filming it. How do you stay so trim, especially eating? You see, I know people, it looks like I'm eating constantly, I'm eating loads, but you've got to remember, I've literally condensed, like on the Norwegian cruise line vlog, 11 days of eating, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner into a short vlog. And maybe you didn't notice, I don't actually tend to have much, if anything, for lunch sometimes. If I have breakfast around 9, 10, I tend to not have lunch. So maybe you've missed that one. I do a lot of walking when I'm away. Absolutely. Like when we were in Orlando, it was like 20,000 steps plus each day. I do a lot of swimming. You might have seen that. And actually, I don't eat much in the way of sugar. So that is a huge step forward in losing weight initially and keeping it off. I think people underestimate just how damaging excess sugar can be on all sorts of levels, including weight. So, and I also eat a lot of vegetables, believe it or not, and fruit. I mean, I might not always film like, hi, here's my fruit, because it's not very interesting, is it? I do now and then. But yeah, that's kind of how I do it, to be honest with you. I don't think it's a secret. But the gym, I probably need to go to the gym and work on these lack of muscles. Look, you can't even see anything, can you? No. Probably do need to do that, especially at my age, my darling. Everything starts sagging, doesn't it? I'm not suggesting it is for you, by the way. Oh my God, dig me a grave, dig me a grave. So, yeah, not really a secret or anything, but I think I probably don't eat as much as it looks like, and I do more exercise than maybe it looks like. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, we've got people saying, remember, thumbs up. Yeah, I forgot to say that. Yeah, we're not even at 100 thumbs up. My God, you're obviously transfixed. It's nothing to do with me doing a bad job, is it? It's not, is it? Yeah, thumbs up, please. That would be mucho apreciado. It does the world of wonders for my self-esteem. So please do give me a thumbs up. Thank you very much. Excellent. I love the fact that you do this for me. I think it's great. Amy, any plans to try different theme park stays like Efteling? Well, we've just done multiple theme parks, and one of the trips this summer as well, you might remember, I went to Liseberg and I filmed my experience there, and I went to Tivoli and I filmed the experience there. Efteling is not actually, as much as I think it's a nice park, is not at the top of my list of priorities. I'd rather go to Phantasialand and Europa Park, and I want to go back to Liseberg and take Matthew there because I think he'll really enjoy that park. So yeah, I feel like I've done a lot this summer. There will always be more to come, and I did release one on Thorpe Park earlier this year. I have to say, I'm a bit disappointed with Thorpe Park as the years roll on, even though they've got a new coaster. I don't know if maybe I'm just spoilt by visiting theme parks elsewhere around the world. Oh, when I go to Singapore, I'm definitely going to be going to Universal there as well. By the way, yeah. So yeah, some new ones. Efteling probably not going to happen for a while. Okay, similitude. Is that right? I'm going on Sky Princess on a 5-nighter. When it comes to formal night, do you have to wear a suit or collar? No. On Princess on formal night, you don't have to dress up. It's one of the things I do enjoy about Princess. And I have to say, when I was last on Princess and it was a formal night, I wore my smart black jeans and I wore a jacket and an open collar, and I looked smarter than probably half the people on board. That's no disrespect to anyone, by the way. Like, I was saying to one of the bar staff, I'm like, so for formal night, you don't actually have to be formal. He's like, no, sir, you don't have to. You can just stick to the usual casual evening wear if you really want to. So it really is up to you whether you get dressed up or not. I can tell you now, there will be people who will not be dressed up, will be in their t-shirts and shorts on formal night. And that's what I love about Princess. No one gives a monkeys or a rat's ass about any of that. They're just there to enjoy themselves, and I think that's fabulous. Okay. Oh, we've got Petra as well about the thumbs up. Oh, Mrs. Vinny, excited but nervous about going solo. I wish I could give you better advice. The thing is with me, like some people, I don't know what you're nervous about. Some people have said they feel that they might be a bit self-conscious if they're eating on their own or drinking on their own. I don't know why it doesn't bother me at all. And I don't know why. You might say, well, it's because you've done it plenty of times, but I've never really been fussed. Like, I'm very happy going to the cinema on my own, for example. I'm very happy going to coffee shops on my own. So I don't see it any different to that. And on cruise ships, there are so many solo people aren't looking at you. In fact, the only time people were looking at me was going, you're a travel blog Jamie, aren't you? Or some of them do pull that face, by the way. So I wish I could give you better advice. All I can say to you is, it's so common to be a solo on a cruise. Everyone's just used to it. The crew are used to it. Other passengers are used to it. I tell you what's funny though, as a solo, when I'm eating, if I just sort of scan the room, there are so many couples sat together who don't talk to one another at dinner. It's like silence, deadly silence. And then they're on their phones. So I'm like, oh, well, just as well I'm here on my own then, isn't it? You know, it's funny. You're going to be fine, but let us know how you get on. Oh, I don't know how to say your name. Is it Sueli? Suli? Suli? I did my first solo cruise last January, very close to Jamie on Costa Toscana, and it was amazing. There you go. We've got other people doing their first solos and just rocking it. Cindy, were there any problems with you doing intros with your babies and Remy? Well, I actually only introduced them today, and my babies completely ignored Remy, like completely. So I need to get them out on my shoulder later whilst Remy's still there and see what they make of that. But I've got a feeling they'll either just chew him or they'll ignore him. There'll be one or the other. Nothing in between. Jules, hi Jamie, we have a question. Have you ever done or thinking of doing a Baltic cruise? I've done Baltic cruise. We've just booked one with Fred. Oh, my beloved Fred Olsen. God bless Fred Olsen. My last cruise with them was just so good. It was amazeballs. I've actually done a Baltic cruise. You've just not watched it. I'm quite upset about this. So yeah, I've done one. I loved it. This was back in the day when you were able to go to St. Petersburg as well. And I would happily do another, by the way. I think it's fabulous. I'm wondering which countries you'll be visiting. I might have been to some of them. Simon has his first cruise in less than 3 weeks. Finally, is that your Virgin Voyages one? Is that Virgin Voyages? You're going to be fine as well, of course. Nami does cruising. Amy wants to be a model for your bag. What does that mean? You mean like the organised AF bag? A model? I'd love Amy to do some modelling. I would, absolutely. I'm going to plaster that all over my Instagram stories. And actually, I don't usually advertise the shop very much. And I don't advertise it on Facebook. And you might ask me why. It just gives Matthew a lot of work. So I just let it run naturally, you know. But if Amy would like to do some modelling for a Travel Blog Jamie bag, I would love to use that on Facebook and Instagram with your kind permission, and obviously crediting you and your channel. I missed the conversation about why you're called Nami Does Cruising or Namie. Is it because it's Nathan and Amy? Is it that obvious? Go to the shop. It will scare Matthew. He'd be like, oh my God, I've got all this stuff to make. He's actually out there making some stuff now to have ready to send off tomorrow morning. Right, Anne is doing the Age and Delights for Morella Discovery 2. Oh, I haven't been on. I've been on, I think, all the Morella ships apart from Discovery 2. I will be on board in November, so you'll have to let me know what you think. I know it's sister ship to Discovery. I will be doing the Caribbean on that one. Looking forward to it very much. Right, I think I've scrolled too far. I need to speed up, don't I, with questions and answers. I'm so sorry. Right, I'm back. Kira, you mentioned you thought the food was very expensive. Nothing in comparison to Irish ferries where pizza and pint will cost you 22. Yeah, and also the one thing I said in my vlog about the San Malo ferry crossing is that I didn't feel the food was that good, even in like the posher restaurants. I think they really need to work on the food, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, it's not cheap, but I can imagine there are more expensive out there. Yeah, pizza and a pint, 22 euros. That's a lot. Jono, speaking of Santander, see if you can get a sailing on the Pont. I've been on that ferry before. I'm sure I have. Like, it was launched, was it 2004 or something? I think. I feel that's the most true cruise ferry. We did the trip in 2019 and it was brilliant. I've seen it. That's also the largest ferry in their fleet, and it carries 2,400 passengers, which, like, where do they all go? It's still a ferry. It's not that big. It scares me. Courtney, we all know you like rocking and rolling on the ships. You saucy little minx. Do you also like turbulence on the plane? No. So I don't know if I've told you this. When I was in my 30s, I strangely developed a fear of flying, to the extent that when we'd be going down the runway, I started to hyperventilate and scream. And the slightest shudder, no, not a happy travel blog Jamie. But because I fly so often now, I'm a bit desensitized to it, but I still don't like it. We had some unpleasant turbulence on the way back from Orlando, actually, the other day. And because it was late and I was so tired, I found it more irritating than scary, because I was like, I want to sleep. And I can't sleep through that level of turbulence. So no, not a fan, actually. Some people are, and that makes me happy. The main thing is I've stopped screaming going down a runway now. I mean, that's not a good look, is it? And sometimes people recognize us on planes, on flights, and at airports. And I always think, oh my God, like there was somebody who I thought was looking at me and Matthew on the way home, and I couldn't work it out, just a few rows back. And I went to the loo and they stopped me, like you do, outside the loo, to say, oh, we recognise you. And I thought, oh my God, can you imagine if I've been screaming or getting upset or something? It would be plastered all over the internet. Anyway, moving on. Cheryl says, your new vlog on the ferry has made me and my partner want to do it. It all looks so good and sounded reasonable too. Yes, there are some very good deals to be had. Absolutely. And I quite enjoyed staying over in San Malo as well. It's such a beautiful, beautiful place. And even though the apartments I stayed in, I suppose, were a little bit basic, Um, they were very clean. They were very well kept. They had everything you needed there. And I loved the pool. You know, not that many hotels or apartments in St Malo with a pool, an outdoor pool. It was so nice. So I was saying to Matthew, like, we should do this together sometime. Um, Maybe Christmas or something. I think it'd be nice. St Malo and Christmas would be nice. Anyway, yeah, you should book. Give it a go. Just make sure you book a cabin for the overnight trip. Is my advice. And preferably on. I should have said this in the vlog. Preferably like deck 7 or 8 or 9. Like deck 6 is right above the car deck, and there were some alarms going off to begin with in the evening, and I thought, oh my god, I'm never going to sleep. They did stop, and it was fine. But I might want to just go a deck above to hopefully avoid that kind of level of noise, that's all. Simon and Kira having a good old chinwag. Angela, hi Jamie, I just got back from a week solo on Virtuosa. A bit mixed, but the shows were amazing. Do you have a show on a cruise that stands out for you? Yes, I have to say I am a massive fan of the Disney Cruise Line shows. I think they are so nostalgic and so well done. Sit up. They are so well done. I just love them. I really do. I love the ice skating show on Independence of the Seas, that class of Royal Caribbean ship. And I'm also a fan of some of the shows on Virgin Voyages, especially the one in the round when you're stood up and there's basically people flying around and there are pyrotechnics and the diva is belting out songs and there are lights and the back wall is covered in screens and colours and storytelling. Yeah, those are my favourites, definitely. Kira, I think Kira is talking with Simon still. Brunner on tour, nicest park, Europa Park. Yeah, it's one that I think looks spectacular. It's high up on my list of theme parks to visit. Tara, yes please for Europa Park. Tara, you could actually organise this and take me with you. That would work. I don't mind bubbles, by the way. I don't mind. Similitude, are you doing a 2027 group cruise? Yes. And I think I will have the details of that in 2 weeks' time. But I'm not going to say any more. What I will say is, unlike the one I'm doing in January, you know, it had to be that one for many reasons, not to mention the fact I wanted it to be with Fred Olsen because I have a confidence there with them. It is in January. It's right after New Year, Christmas and New Year. It's 10 nights. It's somewhere very cold. It ain't for everybody. So the one in 2027 will be a little bit shorter. It will be cheaper and it will be somewhere warmer as well. So that much I can say. Do you, Master Meteorologist, do you count your coaster credits? No, I don't actually. In the same way I don't count how many cruises I've done. I honestly have, and no disrespect to anyone out there, obviously, I have zero interest in counting how many cruises I've done or how many coaster credits I have, and I don't know why. It just doesn't appeal to me at all. If someone can explain why that is, I would appreciate it. I know lots of people love seeing all their cruise journeys there on the, I've forgotten the name, the globe map or something. You like seeing how many nautical miles you've sailed, etc. I don't know. I feel like because I've got all these vlogs of every cruise, certainly in the last number of years, I feel like I've got all my memories there. So I don't feel like I need to be counting. Apparently it's over 80 cruises and coaster credits, goodness knows, that would be a lot. I've done a lot of theme parking around the world. Yeah, so it's a bit late to start now, I think. Do you do that? Suli or Sueli, I can tell you it's a moment for you, enjoying in your own time everything you want in a solo cruise. Okay, we're making sure everyone is geared up for their solo cruise, and absolutely. Mary, what is your view on Celebrity Cruise Line? I've said before, Matthew and I did a celebrity cruise a number of years ago. It was not very good for many reasons, but it was a number of years ago. And I've also said on the lives, I need to book another celebrity cruise. I need to get with the program now. The only thing is, it's very hard to find good solo prices, I feel with celebrity, and I'm saying that bearing in mind it's expensive on board. There's no doubt about that. So I haven't found the right one yet, but it is on my radar, and people often ask about me going back on celebrity, and I will do it. It's been far too long, that's for sure. I mean, I feel like if I have a bad cruise with a cruise line, I feel like leaving it a year or two is fair, and then going back to the cruise line later, I think that's fair. P&O is a different matter, of course, because that's a management and leadership issue, as opposed to me just not wanting to go on their ships, which is, I'm going to take them off in a minute, a different kettle of fish, to be honest with you. So yeah, on our celebrity cruise, it was like a real hard sell when we were on board. Hard selling like everything, not allowing us to see drinks menus in advance. They literally whip them all away on our cruise to try and make you buy the drinks package and so on. And I just didn't like the cut of their jib. The food was not very good in the main dining room. The wait times were very long. People say to me, oh, it's not really normally like that on celebrity. And I'm like, I will trust in you, but that was our experience and didn't make us want to go back. But I'm ready to go back. I am. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to have me back. But by all accounts, they get very good reviews, I believe. Take the plunge. I'll be taking the plunge again. Kay wants to know if Remy has been on the vodka. He's been a bit he's got a bit of a lean. He's just a naughty rat, actually. That's what he is. Maybe he has been on the vodka. I'd better check that, because that's the giveaway. Looks like it's all still there. Carol, hi Jamie. I wanted to go to San Malo. The ferry looked lovely, so much better than the ferry I remember from years ago. Yeah, and you know what? The crossing over felt quite quiet at times compared to the one back through the daytime. But I imagine some people literally just went, they got some food and they went straight to their cabins and straight to sleep, get a good night's sleep. So I don't blame them for that. I wanted to explore, film everything, have the drinky pools. Don't even think about that. I had fun. Yeah, it was definitely busier on the way back during the daytime sailing. I think fewer people get cabins on those sailings. I didn't get a cabin on the way back. It felt like it was not necessary. Laura, very recognisable observation as a solo at dinner. Yes, absolutely. Hi, Sherry from Kent. Thank you, my darling. That's very kind of you. Simon is just affirming. Yes, it's Virgin. Very much looking forward to it. We're looking forward to your first Virgin Cruises Voyages experience as well. We are. Okay, I've just scrolled a little bit too much. I'm back. Nami Nami does cruising. Nami. I suppose you could argue Nami would be double M, wouldn't it? Nami. Nappy does cruising. Nami. Do most people get that wrong though? Do you have to remind them, explain to them it's Nami? Do I travels with us? Do you collect ship models? No. I'm not much of a collector. I don't like to have lots of stuff around. It probably looks like I have in here. We are decluttering as well at the moment. Ready to take pictures of the flat and put it on the market at some point in the future. But no, I don't collect ship models. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of the way they look, and that's going to like really upset some people, isn't it? I just, oh no, it looks like a child's painted them, and I don't know. I'm sorry, they're not for me. But it makes me happy knowing they bring pleasure to other people. That is always important. Whatever makes you happy. Namie already has photos. Oh, awesome. But what about videos? Photos and videos? Like, could you maybe like get the bag and like swing it over you like John Collins and do that with your hair. That's Nathan. And Amy, like Marilyn Monroe, dress, bag, lipstick everywhere, that kind of thing. That'll work for Nathan as well, I think. Just an idea, just throwing that out there at you. Oh, thank you for the extra thumbs up, by the way. I meant to say that earlier. Any more? We're an hour in. We've normally got about 10 minutes from here. Let's make sure I get through all these questions. Okay, Sherry says, oh, Sherry Cowell, are you, you've been asked this many times, related to Simon by any chance? Cowell, that is. I've just booked a Christmas cruise with Cunard. Oh, I love a Christmas cruise. What do you think of a cruise? Oh, Christmas, I love it. I have Christmas cruise vlogs, by the way, including river cruise Christmas vlogs. I love it. I do. I just think the atmosphere is fabulous. And I'm all for breaking routines, you know. I just feel it's super relaxing. People are there to have the best time. You still get like turkey roasts and that sort of stuff if you like that, and they have like specialty cocktails and drinks on offer. I think my last year was our Christmas river cruise of the Rhine, which was spectacular, and before that our Christmas cruise was, I think it might have been Avia. We won't mention the flight home, of course, but the cruise itself we really enjoyed, and I loved being in the Caribbean at Christmas. Absolutely loved it, and all the decorations on the ships and all. And you get gifts from the cruise line for Christmas Day. Just make sure you've got your magnets and stuff, and put some tinsel around in your cards or whatever. Love it. I might come with you if that's all right. Jules says, oh, sorry, Jamie, we'll watch AS. Actually, to be honest with you, though, it is some years old, so it's old style vlogging. No need to apologise. Latvia, Tallinn, Gdansk. Oh, I love Gdansk, by the way. Also, I'm Fred, same as you and Jan. Oh, awesome. You're going to love, I'm sure you're going to love the Baltics cruise. You've got some great ports of call there as well. Jealous. Mary, we love cruising at Christmas and New Year, in answer to Sherry. Fantastic, the atmosphere is great. Make sure you get some Christmas t-shirts. Oh, yes. Yes. I wore my one of my Christmas t-shirts and my antlers on the Malif plane over. I've got pictures of it. Yeah, make sure you've got your Christmas gear. Definitely. Love this. Have I visited Japan? Not yet. Is it on my list? Yes, it is. Absolutely. Absolutely. One day. Tony, glad I never flew with you back then. Yes, Tony. Most people who flew with me back then also recall those days. Not good. Not good. I used to get really no, I don't mean to, aggressive is not the right word. Internally aggressive. I get really angry with the plane, with the turbulence, really cross with it. I get really angry with the captain if they ever said we're expecting a smooth flight and then turbulent. I used to get angry with them. I used to get a bit sweary, not with anyone around me. I'm just be sat there like this going like that. Yeah, you wouldn't, Tony, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Oh, is that what the Hulk says? That Hulk thing. We were only talking about me beefing up a bit earlier, weren't we? Yeah, Tony, lucky escape for you. I will say that, okay? Carol says, I used to feel I stood out like a sore thumb when I first went solo. I've done it so often, I don't feel that way now. I love traveling solo. There's lots of benefits to it, isn't there, Carol? Absolutely. John says the car alarms does his head in. Yeah, this is why I should have said it in the vlog. The thing is, the car alarms went off, and then they all stopped for some reason, and I didn't hear them again when I went to bed. So, but I should have said maybe avoid deck 6. Oh, the wake-up music on Brittany Ferries is actually, the music isn't bad, but I don't need waking up at 5:45 if I've got to be at my cabin by 7. I just don't need that. Like, it doesn't take me that long to get ready. What the hell, Brittany Ferries? I get why they do it. I do. I really do. And they have like a quick turnaround, don't they? But Yeah, the music's all right actually. Not too intrusive, but damn it, it was early. Kira says the smell on the ferry car deck always makes me, yeah, queasy. Nostalgic for my husband. It reminds me of summer family holidays as a child. Well, yeah. Having said that, like if I go to a petrol station, I love that smell. A ferry car deck is not the same, but petrol station, give me more. That sounds awful, doesn't it? Gosh, I sound like I've got an issue now, don't I? We have about 5 minutes left. Please do keep those thumbs up coming. I'm gonna make sure I answer every last question. I'm gonna finish off telling you what's coming soon. Kira has retracted some messages. Kira says, I hope you come back to Dublin someday and visit the north side of the city and suburbs. Some fantastic places. Absolutely. There's only so much you can do in one day. I think I did a lot that day. Was it Dunleary? I went to Dunleary and Dublin in a day. I think I did. I rocked it. I did. Jason. Oh, Jason's been in Orlando at the same time as us, by the way. We did the British Airways Gatwick flight and wasn't a fan of the food either on both flights. A few bumps in the night on the way home. Yeah, because you are literally being carried by the jet stream on the way home this time of year. I think it's normal to have some bumps in the night. You should be so lucky. Master says, my cruise count is 1. Last week, my coaster count is 1968. You mean 1968, or was that when you started going on coasters? Impressive. Well, I think it's going to be easy for you to count your cruises since you're starting from 1, and you have counted your coasters. Awesome. I love that. Carolyn, I contacted you about me going on first cruise and thinking of not going. Well, I went on Aeronauts Norwegian Fjords and I loved it. Celebration night, getting dressed up, might go back. I'm very pleased to hear that, my darling. And hopefully gives other people confidence in doing their solo cruising as well. Good news. Jono also gets nostalgic about car ferries and fumes. What's going on with some of you? Tony said their experience of celebrity was the same as mine, but with norovirus thrown in. It will be a long time before we consider them again, if ever. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's easy to be put off, and there's so much choice there now. But like I said, I'm ready to go back and try them again. I am, definitely. Okay, I think I'm going to get through all of these within the next 3 minutes, aren't I? Yeah. Come on, keep those thumbs up coming, please. Right. Jono and Kira having a convo. Cheryl, I admire your confidence on doing things solo. I suffer with anxiety, but my new aim is to do more things out and about on my own. And thank you for inspiring us. We're off on our 4th cruise for my 50th. Awesome. So part of my attitude is, what's the worst that can happen? I often say that to myself. So like, as a solo passenger, what's the worst, the absolute worst that will happen to you? I think maybe feeling a bit anxious, self-conscious, but we can always work through those feelings, can't we? And like I said, there are so many other solos on board who are itching to meet people, have dinner with people, go out for drinks, go on excursions together as well, that you can often reconcile those intrusive thoughts, in my opinion. Please let me know how you get on. Mrs. Vinny, a sour out. Sour out to Neil. Shout out. I had sour balls, by the way, in Orlando. It's in the vlog. Sorry, I digress. Shout out to Neil. Just got home from taking our daughter to netball in the rain and wind. Oh, Neil, you trooper. Welcome home, Neil. Break open a bottle or something, eh? Nami does cruising. A few people get it wrong. I bet they do. In my head, I've always thought Nami, even though it should have 2 M's. Yeah. People are thanking each other. Mark and Ali just recently came back from 2 weeks on Ventura. My daughter got married. Congrats. Oh, I've seen all of this on Faceake. It was very successful with the live stream. Thanks for your advice. You're welcome. I'm glad it all went without a hitch. Namey, funnily enough, we did a mini pitch photo shoot on our latest vlog. Oh, well, there you go. Sherry, yes, apparently Simon Cowshare's fourth great grandfather with my husband. Awesome. I'm glad I asked, actually. David said our Baltic cruise a number of years ago is one of our favourites. Awesome, isn't it? The itinerary is just awesome. Simon, sometimes if the pilots get sheer turbulence, they can't always see the bumpiness. No, they can't. I get that, but that never stopped me from being mean about them, because they told me it was going to be smooth and it wasn't. So I think never say it's going to be a smooth flight. Like you say, in case of, in the event of, you know, that's great. That's all right. I just want them to be really open and transparent about it. You know, that I think if you've got a fear of flying, it's that level of transparency that's really important. You don't like being taken by surprise. That's my opinion. I do love the Capitans. And where shall I go, by the way? Is the view in reverse? Yes, something like that. And also that. I promise you the ring is on the correct finger, hand, etc. Zena, is that how I say your name? Zena. What are the factors that makes you decide where you want to go? Normally, so I've said this before, I normally go onto Igloo and I sometimes will just search and filter for the cheapest cruises. And I sometimes find a really good deal by doing that, because I have the flexibility, fortunately, of when I go. Sometimes I see some good deals around the world as well, not just sailing out of Southampton. And with those great deals leaving other countries, of course you've got to fly. But I've honestly, from the UK, I've found amazing deals for flights, to the extent that the flight, hotel accommodation and the cruise has come in at less than sailing out of Southampton. So I tend to filter. There are places that I really want to go. Like I want to go to Australia, I want to go to Japan, I'm going to Singapore and Malaysia. Woo! And if they come up in these searches and they're good value, that's perfect. It's like when I went to Hawaii, I've always wanted to go to Hawaii and I never thought I'd get there. And then suddenly I'm just filtering and I'm like, oh, is that a solo? Is that for solo? Oh, thank you, John. Oh, that's really, really kind of you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. That's lovely. Much appreciated. When I saw the Hawaii one come up, and I had to like double check, is that really for the 16 nights to Hawaii? And when I realized it was, I'm like, let's check flights out immediately. And the flights were so cheap to San Francisco, like £400. I'm like, boom. So I don't necessarily think I want to go to Japan, let's find the cruise. Because I'm doing these so often, it's really important that I can afford them, obviously. I know some people say, hey, everything you do is gifted. It's not. It's not. I get some gifted. So finances feature heavily, and that's what I say. I filter by price, by and large. Also, when I'm looking at my schedule, if I think I'm doing too many things that are too similar, I would cross some of those places off my list for time being, thinking, okay, I'm not going to do anything that's going to those places for a while. So yeah, difficult one, but mainly by filtering and looking at prices, to be honest with you. Typos, absolutely. Simon loves the smell of A1 jet fuel. I'd buy it as an air freshener. Maybe I need to invest in that in the Travelodge Jamie shop. Kira, very impressed with your Irish pronunciation. No, my darling, it's terrible. The only thing I've ever said with an Irish accent is 33,000 turds, because it makes me laugh. I don't know why I started saying that, by the way. Hey ho, sorry about that. Is that a spider on the wall above Mickey? No. Oh yes, tiny little thing. Oh yes, it is. Can I just say, I don't know why, but I really love spiders. And you know, like the daddy long legs that sometimes you get in the home at certain times of year, I feel like I have to care for them and nurture them. I really do have a soft spot for them. So a little blessed spider up there above Mickey. Oh, it's good luck, isn't it? Money spider, good luck. I'm sure of it. Jono's comment has illuminated. Thank you, Jono. Keep up with all the goings on. I probably will, and that's nice. Lots of you have liked that. Thank you. Ian said it looks like it's a trekker. Is it really? I don't know what that means. As RuPaul says, unless they're paying your bills, pay them. Be no mind. Absolutely. Kira, Dunleary, not easy to say. No, but I mean, the first thing I did when I saw the word written, like, is that Dunlauger? What is that? That doesn't sound very Irish. So then I asked the locals, like, how do you say this place? Because no one on the bloody ship knew. None of the crew knew how to say it. Yes, I'm trying Star Princess cruising with John in December this year. Heading to Central America. Very excited about that one. I said it looks like a spider to trekker. I don't actually know what that means. What does that mean, Ian? What does that mean? A lot of people wouldn't bother. Okay, I'm bothered with that sort of thing. I try my best, you know. I don't always get it right in pronunciation of places around the world, but I do try my best. Right. Oh, you're doing the same end of January. Fabulous. Right, I am going to call time, because it's been an hour and 6 minutes. And Matthew will get upset with me. So look, coming very soon, this Thursday, I will be heading to London Heathrow. I'm staying overnight at the Thistle. I get to go on the fabulous pods. I love those pods. Keep those thumbs up coming, please, before we depart. And then Friday morning, I am jetting off with British Airways. Again, they're so cheap at the moment. To New York. And I am going to be meeting up with one of my tier 5 patrons. No takeaway tonight. With my patrons, and we're spending a couple of days in New Jersey. We're actually going to an indoor theme park. I think it's the biggest in Northern America. For someone who was asking about theme parks earlier. And then we will be sailing out of New Jersey on Royal Caribbean's Symphony of the Seas. We will be heading down south to the Bahamas and to Florida. We have some awesome plans, things that I've never done in some of those ports. Like, I'm quite excited about I know it might be a bit gross, but the swimming or paddling with pigs, for example. I'm also doing a kayaking adventure on a alligator infested river in Florida. We're going to the huge water park at Perfect Day by Coco Key. All things I've never done before, and I've never been on Symphony before either. So there's lots to look forward to in the next week or so. Will I do a pop-up live? I might be able to. Certainly, though, I get back the following Monday, and I intend on doing a Monday Night Live in 2 weeks today, and you'll be the first to hear all about the experience. So it's all going to be fabulous. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you very much. So does Remy, even though he's been flopping all over the place. See you soon, Cindy. Thanks for joining me. I'm really sorry. You know what's coming now, don't you? I got to finger the corner of the phone. I've got to press that little cross to get rid of y'all. End of stream. Bye, everybody. Remember, I love all of you. I don't actually. You there, you're not wearing any knickers. Put something on. Bye. Love you. Sorry about the fingering.